Hi, I'm so excited to be here today. Tarot lovers and tarot curious, today I will break with tradition and show you an example of a Rider-Waite-Smith card for the Hermit, card 9 of the Major Arcana. And please tell me if you would prefer that I continue to do this for future videos. You see, I had feared interfering with your own creative process, but I also understand that the original image can be a great jumping off point for your own ideas. So I am voting on the side of probably just continuing, not discontinuing, showing you the card associated with all the meanings, because the images on here are evocative and could stir up ideas for you and your card development. So here we go. This is the Hermit from the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Here is the box for that one. It's a very vivid colored version of the original. And they are a family of tarot decks introduced in 1909 by the writer Arthur Edward Waite and the artist Pamela Colman Smith. She made all of the cards for the 78 cards in 6 months. It's a lot of art in 6 months. And it was published by a publisher called Rider. So that's why it's called Rider-Waite or Rider-Waite-Smith or Waite-Smith or Smith Centennial. There's so many names of cards, but they're all the same images, only just slightly different coloration and that sort of thing. Most contemporary decks follow the same meaning as the original decks. However, the image in a lot of the tarot art can deviate so much that unless you know the basic meaning, it might be hard to understand what the artist is referring to in their art compared to what you might understand. So the thing about tarot is it's very individual. This is like the basics. But after that, you can extrapolate. And that's kind of what I'm asking you all to do, is to extrapolate and make a very personal statement in your cards. It's got to read for you. It's got to read the information from your heart, from your soul, from your experience. So let's talk about the Hermit. The Hermit energy, it's in your life, and it can add a lot to your life. So listen to the journal prompts and stop the video when you need to write. I will have time codes in there, so you can follow the time codes to help you get back to the place you were at if you needed to stop and go away and come back the next day or something. Let your intuition and memory recall and guide you. The Hermit energy is from Virgo, and the thought of Virgo is self-possessed. Virgo is always true to the higher self. Notice the lamp in his right hand. We'll talk more about that later. And the long staff in his left hand. And the fact that he is located on a desolate, snowy mountain. These are important symbols. The Fool has experienced passion, tamed by gentle spirit-led energy in the Strength card, the Lion and the Woman. But now the Fool has become the Hermit for spiritual development. Now, what can cause that goal? Well, it could be that he ended up in a difficult relationship or suffered traumatic events and life had not gone as he expected, perhaps leading to a crisis. So to remedy this, he's balancing his feelings which are symbolized by the wet snow, and his thoughts, that is the high mountain air. So the air is with thoughts, and the feelings are watery symbols. He's blending those to make sense of the world. So he's out there in nature grappling with these things. The hermit values solitude to seek meaning in life. But how does he do that? He goes where he can be alone. There, without distractions, he becomes immersed in contemplation. Okay, so when you pull this card for meditation, or you choose a card randomly and it ends up being the Hermit, it expresses the value of solitude to a path of meaningful enlightenment. Journal prompt. Where do you go to clear your mind? What helps you think deeply about the meaning of life? How do you prepare to seek answers? There is a 6-pointed star within the lantern. Its purpose is protection and guidance. It represents the perfect union of the universe with people. Holding the lantern in his right hand, the hand that represents his conscious mind, he sees truth clearly. Even though the light illuminates the path only so far, the hermit is satisfied to be enlightened bit by bit as he follows the light. In his left hand, which represents the subconscious, he carries a long staff, symbolic of the power and authority of his subconscious mind. The combination of both lantern and staff creates his growing insight as he continues his path toward greater wisdom. Journal prompt. Have you ever had guidance in your search for deeper truths? What guides or guidance helped you seek greater wisdom and clarity? How has that helped you in the past? How would you like to see it used in the future? What skills do you possess that represent the lamp and the staff as you feel your way along your path? And how do you want to honor your skills and resources? The hermit often appears in a tarot reading connected to spiritual growth, perhaps leading to a spiritual mentor in your life, or a new spiritual direction, or spiritual replenishment when you're feeling kind of distant from it all. Quiet times alone can be stressful. They can be anxiety-provoking for a lot of people too. So if you're a highly socially connected person and being social is your safe place, taking the risk and forcing some alone time on yourself, if you can get past that difficult stage of that anxiety and you get to the point of solitude, and I'll give you some pointers on how to get there, it pays off enormously. You gain grounding in discovering your life's purpose and your deeper truths. Embrace your hermit energy by taking time for meditation or exploring new activities that calm the mind. Peaceful activities in a garden, a creative project, I studied Japanese calligraphy for 4.5 years. That was a wonderful way to meditate without meditating. It was a very time and mind-focused activity, and I was actually doing something and being in a meditative state. So something like that works really well. Music, art, poetry, beautiful. Anything moving your body mindfully. So allows you a spiritual flow and helps you connect with your hermit energy. Focusing inward leads to deeper reflection and expanding insight. Take a moment now to sit quietly in a chair. Feel the weight of your body as you plant your feet on the floor. And take some long, slow, cleansing breaths. Pull in the energy of the hermit and feel the honest evaluation of life and spiritual seeking. A desire to fully understand what it means to be human on a soul's path. Allow your spirit, mind, and body to breathe in and then breathe out what no longer serves you. After some cleansing breaths, just sit and thank yourself for this practice of connecting to the hermit and following the fool on his journey. As you quietly come back into your awareness, consider the expansion these tarot cards have provided as you connect with your own empowering life story. Journal prompt. When you make your hermit card, how would you depict the idea of seeking solitude for personal spiritual growth? What objects or elements would you add to capture the quiet, peaceful, studious, yet active hermit energy? We have been programmed by our environment since birth. We spend our adult lives working to uncover imposed layers of values and expectations. That practice reconnects us with our authentic self. So the Hermit card is made for this task. In the next card, the Fool, and here is the Fool, will experience the Wheel of Fortune. Thank you, tarot friends, for staying with me as I develop this program. I am learning. I started out as the Fool, and hopefully I will gain some skills and improve, but I appreciate you following along, and I just want to say, blessed be, my friends, and namaste. Hope to see you soon.